You see the cars, the suits, the easy grace, a perfect mask upon a stoic face. You think this world is run on rage and might, on who can win the most decisive fight. But you are wrong, this is not a game of chance. It is a cold and unforgiving dance of numbers, ledgers, and of bottom lines, among the broken and forgotten signs.
This is not passion, this is not a creed. This is the brutal mathematics of the greedy, where every action has a price and fee, a grim equation for the world to see. This ain't a kingdom, it's a balance sheet. The ugly arithmetic of the street. I calculate the cost of every soul, the co-location to maintain control. I am the baker of all tragedy. I AD the loyalty, subtract the enemy. There is no glory, just the final sum of all the monstrous work that must be done. And in my red ledger, where the truth is plain, I am the prophet, you are the pouring rain. A human life is just a moving part, an asset that can break a rival's heart. A betrayal is a calculated risk, a sudden variable, a clever twist. And loyalty's a currency I spend on every bitter means to reach an end. There is no room for love, no place for hate, just a cold calculus that seals a fate. I weigh the options on a scale of bone and make the final hard decision all alone. There is no feeling, there is just the math, the lonely, sterile, psychopathic path. This ain't a kingdom, it's a balance sheet. The ugly arithmetic of the street. I calculate the cost of every soul, the co-location to maintain control. I am the baker of all tragedy. I need the loyalty, subtract the enemy. There is no glory, just the final sum of all the monstrous work that must be done. And in my red ledger, where the truth is plain, I am the prophet, you are the pouring rain. Number that I ever learned was the exact moment that my own soul burned and turned to ash last I had to write it down. The day I subtracted myself from this whole town. I became a function, a variable assigned to make the final bloody profit margin mine. It was the only way to make the numbers fit, to look into the black abyss and conquer it. This ain't a kingdom, it's a balance sheet. The ugly arithmetic of the street. I calculate the cost of every soul, the cold occasion to maintain control. I am the baker of all tragedy. I need a loyalty, subtract the enemy. There is no glory, just the final sum of all the monstrous work that must be done. And in my red liquor,
where the truth is plain, I am the prophet, you are the pouring rain. The numbers don't lie, it all adds up. The work is done, close the books.
you see the leather chair, the polished wood, an empire standing where it's always stood. You think this power was a thing I found, a lucky treasure buried in the ground. You think it's easy, this commanding view, a legacy just handed down to you. You see the product, flawless and so grand. You cannot see the scars upon my hand. Every splinter tells a different tale of nights I worked and days I wouldn't fail. This wasn't luck, it wasn't destiny. It was the slow and brutal work of me. This kingdom wasn't Caesar, it wasn't won. It was built by these clawless hands beneath the sun. This throne's not gold, it's sweat and blood and fear, forged in the silence year by painful ear. I know each joy and each snare, each stress it flared, because I am the architect and I am the left. So look at all this glory in this land, and know it is the work of these two hands. It's not a birthright, it's a bit I've owed, the bitter harvest of the seeds I sowed in. You come to me with theories from a book. You talk of strategy with just one look. You've never felt the chill of coming dead, or faced a payroll that you haven't met. You talk of war but never felt the cost of burying the good man that you've lost. This is not a game of charts and pins. This is the brutal world where true work begins. You want the crown, but you don't want the weight. You want the final prize, but you debate the cost of splinters and the price of sleepless nights. You haven't earned the right to have these rights. This kingdom wasn't Caesar's, it wasn't won. It was built by these clawless hands beneath the sun. This throne's not gold, it's sweat and blood and fear, forged in the silence year by painful leer. I know each joint, each nail, each stress it flat, because I am the architect and I am a land. So look at all this glory and this land, and know it is the work of these two hands. It's not a bird fight, it's a dead table, the bitter harvest of the seeds I sowed deep. Sons will inherit all this stone and steel, but they will never know how it feels to lay the cornerstone in mud and rain, to build a dynasty from your own pain. They'll see the castle finished and complete. I see the ghosts of every past defeat that taught me how to build the walls so high beneath this cold and unforgiving sky. This kingdom wasn't it wasn't won. It was built by these callous hands beneath the sun.
fast and bright. They burn their futures in a single night. They speak in thunder, they demand their pride, with all the hungry certainty of youthful life. Oh, I've seen their kind 100 times before, a summer storm that rattles at my door. They think my silence is a sign of age. They cannot read the wisdom on the page. They are the wind that howls and shrieks and blows, and I am the mountain that the wind all knows. It cannot move, it cannot break, it cannot bend, a silent lesson that it learns and learns again. I am the bedrock, I am the ancient oak. My rings tell stories that were never spoke. I am the foundation, deep beneath the ground, the quiet canyon where the truth is found. Let others be the lightning and the flame that burns so brightly then forgets its name. I don't need to shout, I don't need to rise. They see the strength of ages in my eyes. My power isn't what I do, but where I stand. The unmoving heart of this entire land. They build their castles out of sand and greed, and plant the bitter and ambitious seed. They chase the seasons, they run against the clock, and break themselves against this silent rock. I offer shade to those who know my word, a quiet sanctuary on this violent earth. But those who try to chop my roots away will find their axes are the things that break. They see a weathered trunk, a gnarled old hand. They do not see the roots that grip the land. A network reaching further than they know, fed by the ghost of those I watched outgrow. I am the bedrock, I am the ancient oak. My rings tell stories that were never spoke. I am the foundation, deep beneath the ground, the quiet angle where the truth is found. Let others be the lightning and the flame that burns so brightly then forgets its name. I don't need to shout, I don't need to rise. They see the strength of ages in my eyes. My power isn't what I do, but where I stand. The unmoving heart of this entire land. I've felt the fires, I have known the frost. I've lost more branches than you've ever lost. Each broken limb a lesson and a cost, but still I stand here counting what is lost. And what remains is this: the patient, silent, brutal synthesis of sun and shadow, agony and grace, an old king standing in his rightful place. Truth is found. Let others be the lightning and the flame that burns so brightly then forgets its name. I don't need to shout, I don't need to rise. They see the strength of ages in my eyes. My power isn't what I do, but where I stand. There is no church for men like you and me. No wooden pews, no pleas on bended knee. The gods you knew have long since gone away. They have no answers for the price you have to pay. So you come walking through the pouring rain to the cathedral of perpetual pain. You're not here seeking solace for your soul. You're here because you've lost all your control. You don't confess the evil you have done. You confess the battles you have never won. You kneel before me in the candles' glow and pray for vengeance, whispered soft and low. From above, there's only me and my own kind of love. Your prayer is not for mercy or for grace, but for a rise
survival to be erased. You want the things that you were long denied, the hollow comfort of a foolish pride. You want them broken, you want them on the floor. You wanna settle an eternal score. And I just listen with a patient smile and let you talk and bargain for a while. The only penance that my church requires is that you feed my own forgotten fires. Your soul's not yours to bargain or to give. It's just the currency by which I live. From above, there's only me and my own kind of love.
See the leather chair, the polished wood, an empire standing where it's always stood. this power was a thing I found, a lucky treasure buried in the ground. You think it's easy, this commanding view, a legacy just handed down to you. You see the product, flawless and so grand. You cannot see the scars upon my hand. Every splinter tells a different tale of nights I worked and days I wouldn't fail. This wasn't luck, it wasn't destiny. It was the slow and brutal work of me. This kingdom wasn't seen, it wasn't won. It was built by these calloused hands beneath the sun. This throne's not gold, it's sweat and blood and fear, fogged in the silence here by painful ear. I know each joint, each nail, each stress is flawed, because I am the architect and I am the lad. So look at all this glory in this land, and know it is the work of these two hands. It's not a birthright, it's a debt I vowed, the bitter harvest of the seeds I sowed. Theories from a book, you talk of strategy with just one look. You've never felt the chill of coming debt, or faced a payroll that you haven't met. You talk of war, but never felt the cost of burying the good men that you lost. This is not a game of charts and pins. This is the brutal world where true work begins. You want the crown, but you don't want the weight. You want the final prize, but you debate. The cost of splinters and the price of sleepless nights. You haven't earned the right to have these rights. This kingdom wasn't seized, it wasn't won. It was built by these callous hands beneath the sun. This throne's not gold, it's sweat and blood and fear, fogged in the silence here by a painful ear. I know stressed he'd flail, because I am the architect and I am the live. So look at all this glory in this land, and know it is the work of these two hands. It's not a birthright, it's a debt I vow, the bitter harvest of the seeds I sow. My sons will inherit all the stone and steel, but they will never know how it feels to lay the cornerstone in mud and rain, to build a dynasty from your own pain. They'll see the castle finished and complete. I see the ghosts of every past defeat. That the city sighs and turns out all its lights. The honest people dream their honest nights. They talk of hustle, they talk about the grind. They have no concept of what I leave behind. The day is over when the sun has set. Mine is a meeting with a silhouette, a whispered deal in a forgotten place, the tired desperation on a hopeful face. They sleep for dreams, I only stay awake for fears. The silent engine grinding through the years. This isn't power, it's a debt that's overdue, and the payment's collected when the night is new. This is the labor of a sleepless man. The grinding yields of my unholy plan, while the city dreams my real work skunks. I own the silence of the broken hearts. This ain't no throne
The sun's an enemy, a rude alarm that brings the danger of a false felt calm. The daylight is for puppets and for spies. The truth is only spoken with tired eyes. At 3 a.m. in the pale neon glow, you see the seeds of power start to grow. Not in a boardroom, not with a fancy pen, but in the weary silence between broken men. Every handshake is a silent binding vow. Every sunrise is a question upward now. This isn't glory, it is just the cost of making sure that nothing can be lost. This is the left to keep.
I remember Rossi, he had eyes of fire. He burned so bright, with fury his desire. I remember Chen, a mind so sharp and fast. He built a house of cards he thought would last. And Petro, with his fists of brutal stone, who thought that brute force was the only throne. They were the lions, they were the coming storm, the new generation here to break the norm. They called me really, called me slow and old, a story that had already been told. They smiled at me with pity in their eyes and never saw their own impending demise. The brilliant runs burned out, the ruthless fell apart. The patient ones were right from the heart. They had the fire, the genius and the glow. And in the quiet winter, I buried them all. I didn't fight them, I just let them run beneath a cold and unipen-stole sun. My only victory, the one truth I recall, is that I stood here and I buried them all. I've shared their whiskey, I've heard their boasts, I've seen the things that haunted them the most. I knew their women and I knew their fears. I watched them squander all their precious years. They chased the glory, I just watched the clock. A patient shepherd tending to the flock. They fought each other for a petty prize and never saw the wisdom in my tired eyes. And one by one their star would start to fade, a foolish promise or a trust betrayed, and I'd be there to offer my respect to the latest casualty of their neglect. The brilliant ones burned out, the ruthless fell apart. The patient ones were right from the heart. They had the fire, the genius and the God. And in the quiet winter, I buried them all. I didn't fight them, I just let them run beneath the cold and unipen-stole sun. My only victory, the one truth I recall, is that I stood here and I buried them all. It isn't strength that keeps a man alive,
It isn't cunning that helps a man to thrive. It is the simple, brutal, weary will to be the one who's standing on the hill when all the noise has finally died away, and there is nothing meaningful to say. You just look down at the frozen ground and find no other rival can be found. The brilliant ones burned out, the roughless fell apart. The patient ones were ripped right from the heart. They had the fire, the genius, and the gallows, and in the quiet winter I buried them all. I didn't fight them, I just let them run beneath a cold and unipistol sun. My only victory, the one truth I recall, is that I stood here and I buried them all. I stood here and buried them all. The ground is cold and I am all that's left.
You live on passion, you are made of fire. You build and conquer, you desire and acquire. Your world is motion, it is blood and sound. On what you think is solid, holy ground. You fight with fury, and you love with rage. You fill your heart, you fill your every page. You are a presence, tangible and real, a thing of nerve and flesh and brutal steel. But lately you have felt a creeping chill, a sense of purpose that has lost its will. The fire gutters, though there is no wind, a quiet howling from deep within. You cannot fight the void that has no name. I am the absence that extinguishes the flame. You cannot kill what isn't truly there. I am the vacuum, I am the empty. I am the zero at the end of all your sums, the perfect silence after the beating of the drums. So build your kingdom, rage against the night. I am the darkness
consumes the light. I am the meaning that you cannot find, the slow erasure of your heart and mind. You look for enemies, a face to hate, a rival standing at your palace gate. You draw your sword and scream your challenge aloud to an unimpressed and unresponsive cloud. Your anger finds no target, has no place to land, and turns to acid in your own right hand. Your strength is useless and your plans are vain. You cannot bargain with the freezing rain. And all the things you love begin to fade. A pointless promise foolishly made. The color drains and all that's left is gray, as I unmake the world you knew today. I am the absence that extinguishes the flame. You cannot kill what isn't truly there. I am the vacuum, I am the empty air. I am the zero at the end of all your sums, the perfect silence after the beating of the drums. So build your kingdom, rage against the night. I am the darkness that consumes the light. I am the meaning that you cannot find, the slow erasure of your heart and mind. Is to fight the coming cold, to fight the story that will not be told, to fight the entropy, the slow decay that takes the meaning of your life away. You are a star, a brilliant burning sphere, and I'm the endless space that that's always here, surrounding you. I see this city as a grand design, a private zoo, and all the creatures here are mine. The lions in their towers roaring for their share, the snakes in suits who slither everywhere, the sheep who flock together in the light and feed on reassurances all through the night. Study all their habits, observe their needs. I know the hunger and the selfish creeds. They pace the boundaries of their own desire and think the world is built of glass and wire. They cannot see the bars, so they believe they're free. But every single cage was built by me. I am the warden of this feral stage. I understand the nature of the cage. I set the feet in times, I stop the fights. I am the silence in your longest nights. You play the predator, you act the prey, but I'm the one who lets you live that way. So bare your teeth and rattle at the chain. I am the shelter and the coming rain, the alpha and the keeper of the key. And every one of you belongs to me. You have the illusion, the wild and chase. A concrete jungle is a fitting place for you to hunt and hide and sleep and kill, to exercise your own ferocious will. I give you just enough to keep you tame, a little power and a whispered name, a territory that you can defend until the moment that I say it ends. You feel the comfort of the walls, you know, the steady rhythm of the to and fro. You never question who provides the meat or cleanse the blood from right beneath your feet. I am the warden of this feral stage. I understand the nature of the cage. I set the feet in times, I stop the fights. I am the silence in your longest nights. You play the predator, you act the prey, but I'm the one who lets you live that way. So bare your teeth and rattle at the chain. I am the shelter and the coming rain, the alpha and the keeper of the key. And every one of you belongs to me. Sometimes I wonder in the pale moonlight, as I walk the grounds and oversee the night, am I the warden standing far above, or just a creature who's lost its love?
or anything outside these walls of stone. A different kind of animal alone. The only difference is my cage is vast, and my own sentence is the one that's built to last. I am the warden of this pharaoh stage. I understand the nature of the cage. I set the feet in times, I stop the fights. I am the silence in your longest nights. You play the predator, you act the prey, but I'm the one who lets you live that way. So bare your teeth and rattle at the chain. I am the shelter in the coming rain, the alpha and the keeper of the key. And every one of you belongs to me. The sun is setting now. The creatures sleep, locking the gates. The secrets keep. Good night. I remember Rossi, he had eyes of fire. He burned so bright with fury and desire. I remember Chin, a mind so sharp and fast. He built a house of cards he thought would last. And Petra, with his fists of brutal stone, who thought that brute force was the only throne. They were the lions, they were the coming storm, the new generation here to break the norm. They called me a relic, called me slow and old, a story that had already been told. They smiled at me with pity in their eyes, and never saw their own impending demise. The brilliant ones burned out, the ruthless fell apart. The patching ones were ripped right from the heart. They had the fire, the genius and the gold, and in the quiet winter I buried them all. I didn't fight them, I just let them run beneath the cold and uni-pistoled sun. My only victory, the one truth I recall, is that I stood here and I buried them all. I've shared their whiskey, I've heard their boasts, I've seen the things that haunted them the most. I knew their women and I knew their fears. I watched them squander all their precious years. They chased the glory, I just watched the clock. A patient shepherd tending to the flock. They fought each other for a petty prize, and never saw the wisdom in my tired eyes. And one by one their star would start to fade, a foolish promise or a trust betrayed. And I'd be there to offer my respect to the latest casualty of their neglect. The brilliant ones burned out, the ruthless fell apart. The patient ones were right from the heart. They had the fire, the genius and the glow, and in the quiet winter I buried them all. I didn't fight them, I just let them run beneath the cold and uni-bestowed sun. My only victory, the one truth I recall, is that I stood here and I buried them all. It isn't strength that keeps a man alive. It isn't cunning that helps a man to thrive. It is the simple, brutal, weary will to be the one who's standing on the hill. When all the noise has finally died away, and there is nothing meaningful to say, you just look down at the frozen ground and find no other rival can be found. The brilliant ones burned out, the ruthless fell apart. The patient ones won raped right from the heart. They had the fire, the genius and the gall, and in the quiet winter I buried them all. I didn't fight them, I just let them run beneath the cold and uni-bestowed sun. My only victory, the one truth I recall, is that I stood here and I buried them all. I stood here and buried them all. The ground is cold and I am all that's left. This world you see is chaos and is chance, a frantic, unrehearsed, and clumsy dance. 1,000 parts that grind and squeal and rust, a monument to entropy and dust. You pray for fortune and you curse your fate. You act too early or you learn too
You see the surface, the disorder and the mess. A game of luck, a blind and foolish guess. But listen closer, past the frantic sound. You'll hear a rhythm, steady and profound. A quiet clicking that you can't ignore. The sound of purpose settling a score. I am the whisper in the turning gears, the calm precision of 1,000 years. I am the spring that's coiled and holding fast, the shadow that the second hand has cast. You are a cog inside my grand design, a ticking part that thinks the clock is thine. But I'm the watchmaker with a jeweler's eye. I don't command the storm, I just command the sky to turn exactly as my hands have planned. The future rests inside this steady hand. A hammer, I just use a touch, a tiny pressure that doesn't feel like much, a single gear adjusted by a hair, a breath of movement in the stagnant air. And miles away, a fortress starts to fall. An empire crumbles and gives up its all. You call it consequence, you call it destiny. You never see the mechanism is me. So feel the tension, feel the world unwind, the perfect sequence of a patient mind. A gear that slips, a spring that comes undone. The battle's over long before it's won. I am the whisper in the turning gears, the calm precision of 1,000 years. I am the spring that's coiled and holding fast, the shadow that the second hand is cast. You are a cog inside my grand design, a ticking part that thinks the clock is thine. But I'm the watchmaker with a jeweler's eye. I don't command the storm, I just command the sky to turn exactly as my hands have planned. The future rests inside this steady hand. Time is your enemy, a river you can't slow. It steals your youth and watches you let go. But time's a language that I understand, a block of marble sculpted by my hand. While you are racing, I am standing still, the patient master of a patient will. Every tick of victory, every talk of gain,